there?
What?
That light!
Oh, the red.
He has completed it. Or should I say, you have all done it. You have delivered Donald Trump a sweeping victory. Not just the Electoral College, the popular vote. Not just the Electoral College and popular vote, but the Senate. Not just the Electoral College, popular vote, and Senate, but also the House. We are so back. And the Democrats are absolutely collapsing. The House Democrats are splintering. AOC's uploading unhinged videos to the internet, talking about trying to put Trump supporters on lists or something like that. The Democrats, I don't really understand how we got here, how they could be surprised in any way, shape, or form that that they lost. But I guess here we are, and we're gonna take a look at all of it. By the way, today I'm promoting my website, thequartering.com. Many of you might not know, but I've been putting a lot of work into it. So we have all of the videos that I upload are all posted here on the website, usually generally early. We also have a members area for $8 a month. Here's what you get. First of all, 15% off ammunition, 20% off coffee brand coffee single orders, 30% off sheath, 15% off Anton's Biltong, an additional discount on Meta PCs, and I'm adding more all the time, exclusively to members. You also get a members-only Discord, access directly to me, Melanie Mack, Hannah Claire, Luke Rakowski, Sticks, things like that in the members Discord. You also get 3 members-only videos every single week with me, Hannah Claire, Luke Rakowski, Melanie Mack, Sticks Hexenhammer, only available on thequartering.com. I'm asking for your support today because we are trying to upgrade our server to a dedicated server. So we need about 100 members to offset the cost of that. So I'm hoping that you'll go to thequartering.com and get exclusive videos. The discounts alone will pay for your membership, and you'll also get the Discord. I hope that you'll go and join today. Link in the description below. It's bullish. Donald Trump's victory splinters House Democrats. Democrats appear confused as to why Trump re-election in a landslide have moved 48 states to the right in the process. The far left argues that the party did not move far left enough. Well, yeah, it's socialism. You just haven't done it right. You just haven't done the right socialism. One far left House Democrat told Axios some responsibility should be taken by the leadership and the establishment, just acting like we're in a pep rally saying, you all did a good job. I think it's bullish. Let's acknowledge we failed. Democrats are terrible about accountability. One establishment House Democrat told Axios, if we're in the in think tank world, all that matters is having nice ideas, then sure, maybe we can call that a success. I think our identity politics stuff is absolutely killing us. Hello? By the way, I think they should stick to it. I think for the next 20 years, Democrats should still push, hey, you should vote for this person because they're a woman. You should vote for this person because, they ran a white lady and said it's a woman. That wasn't enough. Then they ran a brown lady and said she's both black and Indian. So if you're a woman, Indian, or black, you should also vote for her. That wasn't enough. It's almost, I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to find a tri-racial trans individual or something like that. So they can say, oh, they're both a man and a woman, and they're white, black, and Asian. Something like that. Now you should vote for them. None of, I challenge you to find anybody who voted for Kamala Harris who can explain to you what an opportunity economy is. Who can explain even for a second what in the heck she's talking about. The divergence from opinions from within the Democrat caucus will likely bleed into 2026 midterm elections. Good. People are going their own corners in the ring and saying, we're the winning corner. Representative Emmanuel Cleaver told Axios, while chaos reigns, Democrat leaders are trying to influence the party's direction. One takeaway from the election is that the radical left is to blame Hispanic and black voters as misogynists. That theory was pushed by MSNBC co-host Joe Scarborough and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who, again, I have a video coming later. She is making lists of Trump supporters, or at least the channels that Trump supporters listen to, so that she can probably, so she can get them censored. Trump completes swing state sweep with Arizona victory. We now know that he has won every single swing state. Probably should have bet on that, although I don't bet on politics because I don't think it's a fair game. I don't think that the outcome is quite as predictable as other people. Late yesterday, they said Republicans on the verge of clinching control of the House. Oh, well, they have. Republicans take control of the House of Representatives, delivering the trifecta. Decision Desk HQ projected that Republicans had won enough seats for them to take a majority control in the House. Republicans were projected to have secured a 218 to 209 majority. House Republicans ended up making gains over their Democrat colleagues in this election. Republican candidate Rob Breshin won the race for Pennsylvania's 8th congressional district over incumbent Matt Cartwright. That's a flip. Republican candidate Ryan McKenzie, also unseated incumbent. Susan Wild, that's another Republican flip. The Hill reported that there were 3 freshmen, New York Republicans, who were unseated in their races. The news that Republicans have won the majority in the House comes a week after presidential election, when President-elect Donald Trump won election over Vice President Kamala Harris after he secured a pathway to 270 electoral votes in the college. Electoral college votes. Here's the thing. Now we're up to the appointments. Some are not great. So I don't think anybody's going to be, how do I say? I don't think everyone's going to be totally satisfied with every appointment he makes. So I think it's important to accept that fact going forward. There's going to be people that you don't love, and Trump's going to have his reasons for putting him where he did. For example, Trump picking Kristi Noem to run Homeland Security. What? Why? I get it. I guess because she's a strong ally, but don't care for that. Trump also expected to appoint China critics Marco Rubio and Mike Waltz. I do not like Marco Rubio as an appointee. Now, he was very loyal to Trump, and unfortunately, he has a lot of history. A lot of interactions with, how about this? I think here's an interaction between him and Alex. I think Luke shared it. Let me see this quick. Yeah, here is Marco Rubio meeting Alex Jones back in 2018.
That's why you didn't get elected.
Do they need to be regulated like do they need to be regulated?
Marco Rubio the snake. Little frat boy here.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Who are you, man?
Yeah,
Who's
sure.
this guy? I swear to God, I
You
don't know
better
who
hope
you
you
are,
get
man.
deplatforming. Tens of millions of views.
InfoWars.
Bigger than Rush Limbaugh. He knows who InfoWars is. Playing this joke over here. That's why the deplatforming didn't work.
But here's the question. Here's a question.
Don't touch me again, man. I'm asking you not to touch me.
Well, sure, I was just patted you nicely.
I know, but I don't want to be. I don't know.
You want me to get arrested?
I don't know who you are.
It's not just going to
You're
take
not
my
gonna
First
get arrested,
Amendment.
man. You're
It's
not
not
gonna
just
get
enough to
arrested.
take my
I'll take
First
care of it
Amendment.
myself.
He'll beat me up.
I didn't say that.
I know I am, but he's so mad. You're not going to silence me. You're not going to silence America.
But there are people.
You are literally like a little gangster thug.
There are people in this country.
Rubio just threatened to physically take care of me.
There are people who
Look at
feel
that.
that they're being
We already
they
got rid of
are
my First
being
Amendment.
silenced. They feel like
He tells you China's the problem, which it is,
by
but they're
big
taking
companies
our
like
free speech right
Google,
now.
Social media platforms, Facebook.
There goes Rubio.
Twitter. Do you believe that these platforms need to be regulated like a public utility, and how do you go about doing that?
Well, I prefer not to. I prefer competition to take care of that. But obviously, we're going to watch closely to make sure that these tools that are being used. I mean, one thing is to say we're going to go after foreign interference designed to so and so.
But it's already going on here.
Another thing is to
The
say
Democrats
we're
are
going to
raping
go
the
after free
Republicans.
speech. Because at some point,
The
someone has to make a
Democrats are
determination.
So obviously, Alex Jones is not a fan of Marco Rubio. Now, this was 6 years ago. And, if possible, you hope. I mean, what are the alternatives? We could be mad about it, which sucks. Or we can hope that he's grown and changed in 6 years, which may be a cope. It might be a cope. But, he's made some other really good appointments, in terms of who's running his border. Judge Merchant today, we'll probably have a separate video on that, on whether or not there's going to be any, dropping of the charges in New York, which I think obviously they should. Trump's cabinet administration picks include close allies from his campaign. Here's a full list. And this is part of it, right? You get a lot of people who were loyal to you during the campaign in exchange for a job. That's how it works. You're not always going to get the best person for the job. I obviously wish that weren't the case. I wish you were getting the best person for the job, but that's just not how this works in politics. We know about the chief of staff. Obviously, I think most people are pretty based, think Susie Wiles is pretty good. They think that's pretty good for chief of staff. Stephen Miller, obviously immigration hardliner, big supporter of that. We'll have to see what Speaker of the House comes. Tom Homan, former Immigration and Customs Enforcement Director in charge of the border, absolutely based. Representative Mike Waltz as National Security Advisor. I don't know enough about him to have a strong feeling about that. Lee Zeldin, I think that's great. Put him on the EPA, have him, removing a lot of the things that hold back Republican progress. I'm not against Lee Zeldin. I think he performed very well in his election, and I think this could help put him over the top. Now, Elise Stefanik, I thought she was going back to the United Nations. That's what it looks like. She's going to be the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, which the U.S. should probably leave anyway. Everything else is kind of a rumor. Marco Rubio has not been confirmed. And given the amount of backlash we're seeing online about it, it's difficult to say. If I don't know if Trump has, basically everybody has a take about it, but we don't know for sure. Everybody's reporting on it based on anonymous sources. Marco Rubio is a neocon. American people voted a resounding no against warmongers in D.C. If Trump puts him in his cabinet, he's showing us he learned zero lessons. I don't think we have to have, have complete diaper filling meltdowns over every single appointment that we disagree with. I think there are probably worse picks than Marco Rubio. Obviously, I prefer somebody who is not known as a neocon, who is not being seen as a, he's very strongly pro-Israel, which is, people have their feelings about that. We'll have to see. I don't know. Now that Marco Rubio will have to resign his Senate seat, become the Secretary of State, I think, Byron would make a good pick. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Vivek, Secretary of State, maybe. Tulsi, maybe. Of course, here, don't forget what Donald Trump said about him in 2016. Rubio is totally owned by lobbyists and special interests, a lightweight senator in the worst voting record in the state, lazy. We'll have to see. I don't think we need to bring out the doom pills right away, but it is important to, Trump's going to make some missteps. He can correct them. He could just as easily replace this person. But again, he hasn't confirmed the Rubio pick from what I've seen. So right now, let's actually, I know this is hard for Trump voters sometimes, but let's enjoy the victory, and not lose our mind over every appointment. He literally just won the election a week ago, and we just got confirmation that the Republicans have the majority in the House of Representatives. So let's take a moment to enjoy it. Let's take a moment to enjoy absolute destruction of Democrats. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.